Hey guys, welcome back for another video for your daily commute to and from work on all things crypto, right? So, guys, I've been thinking a lot about the monetary network, and honestly, one way to opt out of this crazy inflation, crazy money printing is basically I've been thinking of like our dollars as a vote, right? Whatever money you have, wherever you place it, that's kind of where you put your value. And so if you opt out of the US dollar, this crazy currency that's constantly being debased and undercut, basically printed out of thin air, you can vote out. You can literally say, nope, I'm going to put my money in a currency that's not going to be printed to infinity. And so, yeah, if you're sick of the cost of goods, food, gas, I mean, come on, housing, all of that's going up, or even just tired altogether of the rat race of trying to catch up and never get ahead, opt out. Put whatever you have, like, if you have money like sitting in US dollars, you're losing money. It's literally inflating away. So you can take that money, put it into Bitcoin, and let it ride. If you don't need it, let it sit. And you'll see within, a few years, you most likely will have a zero added to the balance. And so, so that's one concept I've kind of been thinking about, like opting out, like like the inflation rat race, right? And this all stems from, you guys, if you're a student of history, go back to 1971 when Richard Nixon, the president of the United States, took the US off the gold standard. This happened, basically, they changed the system, right? We used to have, like, you could literally take, it was called a silver certificate. It was a US dollar, $1. And I read at the top, it was written, one silver certificate redeemable at the Federal Reserve for equal, basically bullion. You could go take this in, trade it in for $1 worth of silver. Like, you could literally get physical silver by trading in that paper money, or fiat is what we call it. And so those days are gone, right? 1971, we had Fort Knox, right? We had this physical vault full of gold, where you could literally say, okay, my money's backed by something, right? That, again, 1971, very long time ago. Actually, I shouldn't say that, not very long ago for a lot of us. And we went to kind of a debt-based system where basically the way that money was created was by issuing debt, right? So the US banks, this is where they would re-hypothecate, and like every dollar, like $7 to $9 they would loan out. Anyway, it's a mess, and it's imploding, and we can't even, I think for the first time, money from taxes is literally just able to break even by paying off our current debt. It's a mess, you guys. If we just look ahead, look at what's happened in other countries. These countries are imploding. They literally are imploding. They have inflated their money away to zero. Like, you have to have a wheelbarrow of cash in countries to actually get a loaf of bread or some chicken or like very simple commodities. And so I fear that the future, that's probably what's going to happen for the United States dollar. And this, honestly, there's no currency or fiat government-based currency that has not been successful, or that has been successful ever in history. Every single one of them, including the US dollar, is set up the same, and they all failed. Again, the US is probably the largest of all history, but it's going to fail eventually, guys. What's the backup? What else? What other plans do they have in place? If they create a CBDC, which is known as central bank digital currency, it's more of the same thing. It's just digitized. Yes, they can track. There's no anonymity, right? They're going to be able to track every single transaction that you ever, make. But in addition to that, they'll be able to just inflate it away again. Like, it's the exact same thing, just digitized. And I'm sure you guys realize, like, we are so digitized already as a society. I mean, how often do you have cash, right? We tap it or swipe it. We use our phone even if we forget our purse or wallets, right? So we're a digital society, and that's, again, another reason I think ahead. The generation that's coming up now behind us, they're gonna want basically more digitization, right? And I think about that as a society. Wow, beautiful sunrise. As a society, are we becoming more or less digitized? And obviously the answer is more, right? And so thinking ahead, that generation coming up, what they're gonna want is more simplicity, more digitization. It's going to be, we're never going to go back, right, to using paper money or going back to coins, and unless of course there's some black swan event and all the internet planets and the world go down and there's Armageddon. But again, we're gonna have different problems if that happens, right? So guys, just some food for thought. I want you guys to think through, how do you want to vote with your currency? Vote. The easiest way to opt out of this crappy system is to vote with your money. Put it into a currency that will not be debased, stolen, or inflated away. And you guys already know the answer. It's Bitcoin. All right, guys, if you like this type of content or thought, just, thought process, leave a comment below. Let's get the conversation going. I love to talk through too, and I will respond to each and every comment. I do appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching. Chat soon.